Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Alright guys, I'm here. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Fegleys Brewworks. This is their Imperial Stout that's been aged in bourbon barrels. It says Bourbon Barrel Insidious Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. Fegleys Brewworks. And it's got that little Q code on the side, and you can probably take your smartphone and figure out when this was done. I don't see any writing on the label. As far as dating, there may be something on the bottle, but it is sweating profusely since it's about 90 degrees here. And I just got it out of the fridge. So we'll take a closer look and see if there's any kind of writing or dating on the bottle. Not super critical to have a month, day, and a year. I would like to see a vintage on the label somewhere, unless they're using these labels over and over and over and over and over again for year after year after year. It says rotating schedule here on Beer Advocate, so they're probably doing this beer and using the same label year after year. But for an Imperial Stout at 9%, and I say this is probably packaged in a 4-pack instead of a 6-pack, they ought to be able to put the vintage on that. I mean, a lot of times when they brew the same beer different times, it's got different ABV, and they have to go through a process to get a label approved and all that shit, because they have to jump through hoops to get those things done. But I would like to see something, a month and a year, not the date, not that, you know, we don't need to know what day of the month it was done, but was it done in January or was it done in December of that year? So that's why I say, without having to go to their website and try to figure that out while you're at the beer store and trying to, or wanting to buy a beer that you've not had before. It'd be a lot easier if they would just print it on there where you go, oh yeah, this is a 2016 edition, and it was whatever. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm a date Nazi, and I like to see those dates on the beers before I spend my hard-earned money on it. This was sent to me by Rico, and Rico, I'm sure, has deep pockets with all the beer that he has sent me. I'm very appreciative of that guy. He has sent me some wonderful beers over the last month or two, and very pricey beers, I may add, in the boxes he sent to me. So Rico and both Brandons and Jeff and a lot of the other guys that have been sending me beers, I do appreciate it. I got beers from Lagunitas and 6 Point and several other breweries. So when I come home and see a beer mail package on the porch, it's like Christmas to me. So thanks to all you guys, you wonderful subscribers that send me these awesome beer mail packages. So Rico, you the man. You're up there. I do appreciate it. That's what I want to say. I appreciate the beers you do send me. Wonderful beers, very tasty beers. Excellent taste in craft beer you have, my friend. So let's get on with this one. I don't want this to be a 20-minute video. 9%er. I don't have the IBUs listed here, and I don't think it's on the bottle anywhere. 9% alcohol is on the label. Like I said, it does have a Q code here you can scan in. Might give you a little more information. Food pairings for this style of beer, being an Imperial Stout, cheese of butter, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss. Goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course, being a stout. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware is a pint, Becker 9 tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. Got my favorite snifter, and says can be sold for a long period of time. I don't see why you could not, being a 9% Imperial Stout. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so let's get the cap off this bad boy. Very nice cap. I'm going to have to save this. A little bit of hiss, not a huge hiss. Got a few openers left, a lot of t-shirts, guys. If you need one, give me a shout. And we're going to stand this up and see what we get straight down the center. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. I had a 9%er I poured about a month ago, and I got 4 fingers of head. Just a 9%er poured straight down the center. Got absolutely no head. You never know. You never know. Over to the light. There's none. It's pitch black, guys. Very dark beer. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, slight hints of the bourbon in there. Rich roasted malt, hints of bittersweet chocolate. Maybe some dark fruit. Right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. I'm sure those dark fruits and stuff will probably come out as I'm sipping on it. Let it come up to room temperature. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Well, I'm getting some dark cherries in there too. Nice sweetness to the back end. For a beer that's not brewed with lactose, very sweet on the back end. Wow. I'm definitely getting dark cherries on this beer. Very sweet on the back end. Very impressive for a beer that's not had lactose added to it. The bourbon is not outstanding. It's there, but it's just barely noticeable. Wow. That beer is freaking delicious, guys. You could definitely get into trouble drinking several of these. Drink this one home and sip on it. That's what I intend to do. This is not a chugger. A lot of these bigger beers, the Imperial or double IPAs and your stouts, a lot of these bigger beers, 8% or bigger, you don't want to chug those beers. You want to sip them. You don't want to chug any crap beer. Trust me. Because they're not cheap. you want to enjoy them. Like I said, a lot of times I let these beers, even whether it's an Imperial Stout or an IPA or double IPA, I'll let them come up to room temperature. I'll sip on them 30 minutes, 45 minutes, even an hour, especially if I'm not doing a review. And just sip on them easily and enjoy them, which you cannot do with most of the lagers. You want to drink them fairly chilled and or pretty cold and finish them off within the first 15 to 20 minutes or so. But these Imperial Stouts and double IPAs and stuff, the bigger magnitude beers, 9, 10, 11, 12% or even bigger, you want to enjoy them. You want to sip on them. You want to share them if it's in a big bottle. Even this 12-ounce bottle, I'm going to let her have a taste, 2 or 3, and see what she thinks of it while I'm sipping on it. Go up there and fire up the stogie to go with this and sip on it for a little while and see what we end up with, and let it come up to room temperature and see if I get any more notes of anything going on in this beer. Very tasty. Very nice beer. Thank you, Rico. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. It's on about 20-30 minutes or so. Very nice beer. Getting a lot of dark cherries in this beer. Very well done. These guys are out of, it says Allentown, Pennsylvania on the bottle, but Great Beer has it from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So it's a Pennsylvania beer. This was sent to me by Rico. Very nice. It's a very enjoyable beer. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. The bourbon barrel aging is very subdued. Get just slight hints of that. A little bit of woodiness, a little bit of vanilla. Not much. It is very subdued. I don't know if they put this in a first run bourbon barrel, first time it's had beer in it, or they've reused the barrels from this, or they didn't leave it in the barrel very long. But it is very tasty. if you're looking for something and the bourbon is just outstanding, this is not it. Very subdued bourbon notes on this. Rich roasted malt, caramel toffee, slight hints of some dark fruit, little bit of bittersweet chocolate. Dark cherries stand out more than anything else in this. If I didn't know better, I would swear they added some cherry puree in this. I'm getting cherries in this big time, guys. Very nice sweetness on the back end. Almost like it's a milk stout, but it's not. It doesn't have any inclination or any information that it was brewed with lactose. So a nice sweetness to the back end. A very enjoyable beer. Final joke. Very nice. Very well done. 9%er. Drinks very easily. Alcohol is very well hidden. Big time dark cherries in this. Roasted malt, caramel toffee, very little bit of bittersweet chocolate, vanilla, a little bit of woodiness from the oak barrels. But the bourbon is just not outstanding on this, even though it's claiming bourbon barrel age on the beer. Look at the bottle. There is no dating on it, guys. And you guys know how I feel about that. Even though it's a Imperial Stout, I would like to see a vintage on that. So, to me, it's a 9 beer in an 8 bottle because it has no vintage on it. And I didn't put my phone up to the Q code and go to their website to find out any more information. We shouldn't have to do that. We should be able to go into the beer store, pick this off the shelf and look at it and be able to tell what vintage it is and when it was done and put it in the bottle. And there is nothing on the bottle that tells me that. So, Rico, I do appreciate you picking this up and spending your hard-earned money on this and sending it to me to review, but I have a problem with these guys not putting a vintage on this style of beer. So, a 9 beer, very, very tasty, in an 8 bottle with no date on it. So, with that being said, I'm going to give it a 90. I'm going to give it a 90. It has an alcohol ABV on it, but it doesn't have anything else that we want to know. So, over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 90 in the outstanding range. We're in agreement there. Outstanding, it is an outstanding beer. It is a very tasty beer. It's a very well-made beer. Get a little more information on the bottle or on the label, which would be better, about this beer. Our number to rate beer says overall 98 and 73 to stop. So we got a 90 from me, a 90 from Beer Advocate, and a 98 from Rate Beer. So all A numbers, guys. I do think it's an A beer. Very well done. I'm getting big notes of dark cherries in this beer. So if you've had this one from Fegleys Brewworks out of Pennsylvania, let me know what you think of it. I thought it was very tasty. A great beer for the final beer of the evening, which it is for me. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. And come back tomorrow. Let's dig something tasty out of the fridge. See everybody then.